Do you think about strategy in different parts of your business? How about procurement? Where's the strategy in your procurement approach? Hi, I'm Peter Nickel, Data Science CIO. Today we're going to get into category management and why it's so impactful. So whether you're thinking about strategy or inputs or outputs or tactics, what's interesting about category management is it applies a strategic focus to all the things we do with vendors. One of the things that we come up against time and time again is that we don't have a strategic approach to how we manage and optimize our procurement or our sourcing approach. So if it comes down to project delivery or the products that we manage, sure, we have lots of strategic ways to manage those capabilities, the pipelines, the workflows, the value streams. But when it comes to sourcing, we don't really have a lot of those capabilities. The benefits of sourcing are vast. There's a lot of different types of approaches, whether you're single sourcing or sole sourcing or multi-sourcing. But specifically when it comes to category management, what we're talking about is leveraging capabilities across an organization. So instead of 5 departments contracting with a vendor 5 different times, category management brings it up to a greater level, a higher level, and says, why don't we source with that vendor once and put in controls to make sure that we're getting the performance that we need and we're achieving the performance levels that we've agreed to. Category management elevates your sourcing game and your procurement teams to operate at a strategic level and no longer just be tactical and handle the day-to-day inputs of contracts and contract executions. So one of the challenges with category management is the delegation. As a leader and executive, you need to delegate some of those responsibilities that probably people on your team owned outside of the sourcing or procurement group and give them back to the sourcing and procurement teams. Let them do their job. They're the experts. Empower them with the contracts and the multi-contracts, regardless whether it's a service business or a SaaS type solution. Have them do the negotiation and negotiate one time for multiple contracts. What you'll find is that not only will you get better performance, but you'll be able to tie in better SLAs and better KPIs. Some of the examples might be the percentage of effectiveness or how effective that supplier is, or percentage of spend as a percent of net spend for that department, or the growth year over year from that vendor perspective. You also can put in performance metrics and start to understand how they're performing. Are they adhering to the contract? Are they meeting deliverables? And add other types of vendor performance, which I'll list below in the post, that you can start to use to actively manage and proactively manage them as a strategic partner. So as you're thinking about the next year and how to optimize your procurement and sourcing groups, think about category management as a first step towards to making procurement and sourcing more strategic for your organization. Hi, I'm Peter Nickel. If you like this discussion and are interested in more about different types of ideas and thoughts on innovation, check out my 2 books, Think, Lead, Disrupt, and Leading with Value. They just came out early in 2021. Hi, I'm Peter Nickel, Data Science CIO. Have a great day.